Can you hear that? Okay, so I just came back. I just came back home from a job, from a runway show. That's why all the makeup. But yeah, my whole neighborhood. I live in a very Iranian neighborhood. My whole neighborhood is just awash with like hoots and cheers. I'll try and include a little bit of footage here. People waving Iranian flags and cars honking, and I thought it was a protest. Okay. And I just saw my parents and my brother who's in town. And I was just like, oh, have you seen the protest for Iran? And they're like, that's not a protest. They're celebrating. I was like, what? So yeah, apparently they're celebrating, and they're celebrating also with US flags dotted in amongst the Iranian flags. Now, obviously, I'll just put it out there, okay? I'm no fan of the Iranian regime, obviously, right? Just because you support Palestine doesn't mean that you have to support the Iranian regime. I think at this point, I know some people are like a little bit slow on the uptake here, but at this point, with everything that's coming out now, you'll need to understand that all these governments, even if it seems like they're against each other, they're not, okay? They're all on the same team, okay? You need to look up a term called controlled opposition, okay? They're obviously celebrating that Khomeini is dead, apparently dead. Very valid, obviously. Iran has a terrible human rights record. Just because they're funding the axis of resistance against the Zionist entity, H group, Hezbollah, doesn't make them the good guys, okay? Like I said, you got to understand the term controlled opposition. Most of these, national leaders are puppets, deep state puppets, okay? And they play the controlled opposition game, okay? Just like Saddam Hussein needed to be taken out because he was killing the Kurds and he had the weapons of mass destruction. When he was killing the Kurds, he was being funded by the British government, by the Tony Blair administration, and then they used that excuse to say, oh, no, we need to take him out now because he has weapons of mass destruction, which never materialized. But it's entirely possible. Saddam Hussein was obviously a CIA man. Many of you already know that, right? Khomeini, I don't know if he's a CIA, but I'm sure that they all sit around a table together, like him and Donald Trump and Netanyahu. They probably all fuck kids together, okay? At this point, we need to recognize that we are all being played. Okay? Obviously, I get that the community here are mostly Zoroastrian and Christian, so they're obviously a religious minority, came here to escape the very fundamentalist Islamic Iranian regime. Totally get that, okay? I understand why they would celebrate a regime like that being taken down, but guys, all these governments are on the same side, okay? They literally just sacrificing all of us and getting us to play games with each other so that they can continue to line their pockets and maintain power, okay? That's all I'm going to say on that for now.